I think a lot of business development is a habit. And when you've fallen out of that habit of having to get out there and prospect, then pick up the phone and have conversations with people you don't know and get past gatekeepers, it can be a challenge to kind of get back on the bike and start doing that again. But you have to, because if you sit there and wait for the tap to turn back on, as Ayrton Senna would say, all of your competitors are overtaking you while it's raining.
But I was also coaching someone else who had got a bit jaded with that, and he was doing loads and loads of outreach. And to be fair, you know, I really looked at it and interrogated what he was doing, what he was sending, the frequency, who he was targeting, and it was all really, really good. And he was putting a lot of effort into it, and he's a bloody good guy. He won 1.2 million in retained revenue last year.
Right.
So, I mean, okay, the fish were jumping into the boat, but that's bloody good.
Still good going, yeah.
And but it had started to stall, and it just wasn't working like it used to. And I think he'd just got a bit, was using the same angle. It was the angle that wasn't quite right. So the angle that he was going in with was like, as he had been doing, retained as a better solution. And we do things slightly differently, and I'd like to share with you how we do that. And that had been working really well, but now it's changed a little bit, and the people that had needed him don't really need him at the moment, and he's in SaaS. In fact, there's a bit of a theme. There's a bit of a theme there. But you know, if you can help people in the hardest markets, then you know, you can help everybody in that. And this story actually has helped so many people in different markets since I've been sharing it. Is this helpful, by the way? Should I carry on sharing?
I am massively engaged, so hopefully
okay.
If we have any listeners, hopefully all of our listeners are too.
And with this business development approach, we just needed to first identify that some people don't need him right now, and that's all right as long as he lets them know that he's there as soon as they do. That to shift his focus so that it was outside of looking outside of the niche as well, but also to recognise that the problems are different now. Like, some people were lots and lots and lots of clients in lots and lots of industries. The problem was they had loads and loads of jobs and not enough candidates, and they were fighting over candidates. And that was a problem, of course, that can be solved with a retained solution. But now the problem isn't that. It's almost always that they've got too many candidates and they haven't got many jobs. And the candidates, there's a massive influx of candidates that have been made redundant, that are applying directly, that aren't suitable, and recruiters that haven't got any jobs on, that are just absolutely bombarded everyone, and they're just swamped. So they've only got a handful of requirements, but they can't even see the wood for the trees, and that's taking up just as much time as not being able to find them in the first place. And of course, the retained solution of working in partnership solves that as well. It just eliminates all of that noise, puts a structured process in place, takes all the time of having to deal with all that away from them. And so it shouldn't be, you know, should I retain on this project? It's who should I retain to carry the project out? And also in this market, that most of the hires, most of their everyday hires, 90% of their hires can be filled using normal methods. Like, they can stick an advert on if they want to do it themselves, they can use standard agencies, and they can take CVs and they can fill those positions. But there's always a percentage in any market that can't. There's always niche positions where skills are always short. There's always senior positions where just throwing a whole load of CVs out and smashing out contingent agencies are just not gonna land well with that talent pool. Or it's confidential, so you can't go and shout at everybody what you're doing. That can't be solved using multiple agency methods and contingent methods. And in the outreach, we just changed his angle, so he specifically spoke to that. He spoke to that problem, and said, I'm not interested in all the others. Leave that to your PSL, leave that to your standard agencies. And he changed it within 24 hours. He emailed me to say he'd got 4 new meetings with brand new clients.